Deanne Love here, and in this tutorial I am going to teach you how to do the hinge transition. Now, I did a tutorial on this many years ago, but this is definitely a transition that never goes out of style, and you can put it into any kind of hoop dance that you like. So first of all, I'm going to break down the beginner's version or the basic variation, and then I'm going to show you some more variations at the end of this tutorial. In this video, I will be using a 90 centimeter polypro because it's bright pink and you can easily see it in the outdoors. But I actually learned these types of moves and the hinge transition in particular with a larger dance hoop that was made out of irrigation pipe. It's like the OG of dance hoops. And one day I am going to teach you or show you how to make your very own dance hoop, but for today we'll be using the polypro. There are many times in your hoop dance flow that you can use this style of transition, but we are going to look at it from the above the head or the horizontal spin and bring the hoop into the front plane with this really kind of sharp, shut the door transition. So you want to be spinning the hoop in your most preferred hand and in the direction that feels good for you. I'm in my right hand and I'm spinning around to the left. My thumb is out and my elbow is bent and I'm feeling good. Now what is going to happen to do this hinge transition is I'm going to wrap my fingers around the hoop. So I'm going to squeeze the hoop, drop my elbow in towards my side and bring the hoop down so it's around about chest height, or my hands about chest height, so that I can hinge the hoop into this front frame. So it's really like I'm shutting the door, or I'm going to bring the hoop and wrap it close to me. Now we'll look at some other variations and why this transition is so powerful, but first let's make sure that we got this one. So spinning the hoop, squeezing or wrapping the hands around, drawing the elbow down, opening the chest and bringing the hoop with a hinge motion to the front so that you are framed. Now you have your other hand to meet the hoop and make sure that you're kind of in this position here so that you're in this nice balanced front plane frame. So you can do this hinge standing still if you're facing the front, facing the audience, simply squeezing, shutting the door, and you're right here. Or you can do it as you're in motion and turning. So if you're turning in the same direction as your hoop, at any time that feels good for you, you can squeeze the hoop, do the same action, drawing the elbow down and close, but you can hold the hoop out here for as long as you like, or quickly whip and shut that door. Okay, so let's play with some variations and work out why this hinge transition is so powerful and is going to be so exciting for your hoop dance flow and movement. So one of the ways that you can bring the hoop down in front is just to do this front plane. Now when you are right here, you've hinged the hoop. If you take your thumbs inside the hoop and then you wrap your hands inside, you are ready to do a smear or an isolation barrel roll. So right there you've got some really simple moves that you can pop together to unlock your flow. Spin above the head, squeeze and hinge, hands on the inside, round the body, isolation barrel roll. Another thing that you can do is spin the hoop above the head, squeeze and hinge to the front, hinge to the back. And now you can work on all of your back plane stuff, or you can put the hoop in your other hand, your second hand, and hinge it back around again. So that was above the head spin, hinge to the front, pause here, hinge to the back, and back around again. On Friday, I'm going to share a flow session with you that has this hinge transition. And what we're going to do is go from the hinge into weaves, and so you can follow along with me then, but essentially what's happening is we are going from above the head spin, hinge to the front, hinge to the back, and then if you turn and look towards your hand, you will notice that your hoop is now in your side plane, not your back plane, and you're ready to do a forwards weave. So that's another way that you can use this hinge transition. So creating this front frame is quite dramatic, and it's a really great way to bring focus to you and your dance and your total awesomeness. But you don't just have to go from this top above the head horizontal spin into this front frame. You can get creative and see how many ways you can hinge the hoop through your hand from one position to the other. So really allow that in your hoop dance. There are no rules. Maybe you could be going around the body and you hinge to the front, or around the body and you tap hinge to the back. You might even hinge if you feel that this is kind of a fold over from front to back. You can take it backwards, take it forwards, from high to low, or from low to high. So I know that you are going to find this hinge action transition really helpful in your hoop dance. And I am sure that you can find a million creative ways to play with it. When you do, or if you come up with some new variations, please tag me on Instagram. I am Deanne Love XO.